said before, I'm a journalist, host, and producer. I'm actually the host of a weekly podcast with Kelly O'Hara called Sports Are Fun. So what you should do. All right, so first off, we have Megan Rojas, who is the Partnerships Director at Deep Blue Sports and Entertainment. She has an extensive basketball experience and insight, including playing at Temple, coaching at Columbia right here, working at Slam, and now leading partnerships. Welcome, we're so happy to have you.
Thanks, guys. This is really full circle for me, so I'm very excited to sit here with you all.
For sure. And we also have Alex Taylor, who is a designer and community leader. Founder of New York City. Yeah, a lot of New York City people up here. Love that. She founded it in 2018 with a mission to forge a new path for women to connect and community build through a shared passion for the game of basketball. So welcome. We're so excited to have you. Thank you. Next up, we have Crystal McCrary. Crystal is an award-winning filmmaker, television producer, author, and entrepreneur, and so many more things, which we love. Absolutely.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Of course. And alongside with your son, Cole Anthony, you launched the youth sports app Game Up, which is a resource for families to help navigate the sports landscape. Love that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for having me. Next up, we have Olivia Bucosa, aka Big O. Welcome. 2024-2025 New York Gatorade Player of the Year. Yeah, what an amazing accomplishment. Croatia national team player, class of 2026, who attends Christ the King. Hey, shout out to you. We got the Christ the King connection right here, and your future is so bright, so we are so excited to have you. Next up, Lindsay Sudeikis. Lindsay is a coach and educator. Her coaching and teaching styles are rooted in passion, teamwork, and a hearty dose of joy. Welcome. Absolutely. Next up, we have Epiphanny Prince, Director and Player of Community Engagement. WNBA champion. WNBA champion. Two-time WNBA All-Star. 14 years in the WNBA. New York City hoop legend, who actually scored 113 in the high school game. Like, that's different. There's not many players that have done that, so welcome. We're so excited to have you. Thank you. Next up, we have Sue Bird, host of a Touch More podcast, 4-time WNBA champion, 3-time WNBA All-Star, 5-time Olympic gold medalist, and the list goes on and on and on. Welcome. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you. Thank you, of course.
Christ the King alum. We have to say that. Shout out to you.
Thank you.
I did it with several WNBA players at the time. Skylar Jenkins was one of them, Elaine Deldon, Tamika Catching, Shamika Holdsclaw. I mean, like, extraordinary players, right? And the landscape of the women's game, the girls' game, has expanded so much now. And I just really want to applaud that and say that it's so inspiring to see companies like Together, that Sue Bird is one of the founders of, that are part of the amplification of girls and women's basketball, because the talent has always been there, right? The talent has always been there. It may not always have the eyeballs, but we know that the game, the fundamentals of the women's game, has been there for decades, and as long as the men's game. And so I am so proud of the program for doing this girls' clinic, this celebration of women's basketball, to amplify the talent that all of you all are here at different levels, but all playing the game with passion. And specifically regarding what did I tell Cole, what did I say to him, I heard something upstairs when Sue, you were talking about you won a lot, you won more than most. I have a slightly different thing that I would tell my kids. Like, my daughter plays, she won a state championship for Horseman. I have a 12-year-old who plays now, he plays with Riverside Hawks. They lose more than they win. And so what I say to youth players is, and I mean this with about my heart. I really don't care, and I never really cared if my kids won or lost a game. What I did care is that they were focused on the fundamentals, that they were playing as hard as they can, and that they were having fun. And you focus on that, keeping that as how you approach the game, and I think the rest of your path, if you're conscientious about it, you have the support group you have with your family, your teammates, everything's going to fall in place.
I love that approach. And let's talk about Game Up.
Oh,
And, you know, through all of your amazing philanthropy work, you've done so much in recent years to make sure that all families have access, which is a very key word, regardless of income or status, to a basketball experience. You know, when picking the right AAU program, club team, or even, you know, school to attend, what is some advice you have to help the youth and their parents in attendance to help navigate that process?
right. I mean, it's a super complicated landscape for whether it's the young athletes or the parents to find the right team, program, clinic. And that's the reason why we founded Game Up. I was that parent that parents would come to and say, can you make a recommendation for a team, a clinic, a camp? Because all that information is so highly fragmented. And the goal of starting this sports tech company, Game Up, was to put all of that information in one place, to ultimately become the Amazon of youth sports. That was one goal. And then the other goal is to help eliminate financial barriers, because as the parents back there, like cheers to the parents back there that are here for your daughters, it's become more and more expensive. I mean, youth sports in America, according to the Aspen Institute study in 2022, it's a $40 billion industry. Not just basketball, but $40 billion. And so we wanted to eliminate how it's become more and more expensive just to even get on the team. So we have the Game Up 50 Ways scholarship that helps eliminate the financial barriers for families to get their kids on the team. So,
Love that. Olivia, aka Big O, you're one of the top-ranked players in the country, top-ranked players in New York City. Can you talk about your preparation, your routine, and how you approach the game mentally and physically?
I would say my routine is very, very put together. I do everything the same every day. And when it comes to basketball, I mean, it's my life. I do it every day, every minute. I live and breathe it. And I think having the dedication matters a lot. And like she said upstairs, loving the game, her loving the game when it came to choosing soccer or basketball, she knew that basketball was her love. And she knew that it would take her somewhere. I mean, probably not where it is now, but it's great. And I just think for me, the mental part is also very important. And being able to balance everything, having friends, having school, staying up late doing your homework, staying up late working out, or even early in the morning, it matters a lot being able to balance it all. And I think as I've grown up, it's really changed. And even though I've spent many hours in the gym a day, and I have to go home and drive home with my dad who's somewhere, and I have to do my homework afterwards. It's definitely hard sometimes, but I've learned to make a sacrifice, and sacrifice hanging out with my friends sometimes, hanging out with my sister. But it definitely shaped me to who I was when today, who I'm growing to be.
What are some of your interests off the court?
Definitely sleeping. I try to sleep as much as I can when I'm not practicing or not doing homework. But also hanging out with my friends and my teammates. One of my teammates is here, Alicia.
Love that.
And I try to spend as much time with them as I can and hang out with my sisters as much as I can.
Oh, that's incredible. You currently have so many offers, you know, from top programs in the country. What is some advice you can share as to how you approach the college navigation process, and what are some traits that college coaches look for when assessing whether to offer a scholarship?
I mean, getting the first part of your question, it's definitely overwhelming at first. I mean, for me, June 1st, when everyone would call me and text me and check in on me during the day, it was definitely overwhelming. But eventually you learn to put your phone down and take a breath and go hang out with your friends or go work out. But I think now, what college coaches look for is how you're acting with your teammates. I mean, they know you can score, they know you can dribble, they know you can shoot. But they care about how you act with your teammates, how you respond to your coach. Are you coachable? Are you able to take what they're saying and put it on the court? And I think if you're just a good person, I mean, people talk to me all the time, and they ask me how I have such a good relationship with these how I approach them and how I go into things. And obviously, there's schools that want to talk to me a lot more than others, but the ones that do want to talk to me are always asking me, what do I want? What do I look for in a school, and how I can fit into their program?
What do you think are some traits that college coaches like or want? Have you been able to figure that out?
I mean, as I go, I learn more and more, but I think definitely one thing is being a team player. You're not just looking to score for yourself, you're looking for that extra pass and you're looking for that extra shot, even if it's for yourself or for your team.
Love that. All right, good. Oh no.
Crazy. I think the attention around the game is, it's amazing. I would never, I think it's amazing. It obviously comes with other obstacles. So I think this next generation, you're going to be dealing with some of those, but with it definitely comes more opportunity, definitely comes more access. Like something like the program did not exist when I was a kid. So it's really exciting for me to see these younger generations. I mean, somebody earlier was asking me, like, I'm from Long Island, so claiming New York City, some people don't love it, even though I did go to Crazy King. But they were asking, like, oh, like, where'd you play at? And I'm like, the high school gym. Because there weren't facilities like this. So what I'm really excited about with this generation is that you guys are going to have opportunity, have access, and then hanging around you, and then again, some younger WNBA players. You guys know what you want, and you speak your mind. That's really important. It's really important to continue to push in those ways.
Yeah, and I love the impact you've been able to have off the court, especially in your retirement, and to see this, new journey of yours. Can you talk about what this time in your life has been like, being on this side of basketball?
It's been kind of weird. I would definitely rather be playing basketball for the rest of my life, but you can't do that, so enjoy it while you have it. Don't take it for granted. No, it's been amazing. I feel like I've discovered ways to continue to grow the game, continue to help younger generations, which is really what I was doing as a player. I didn't always know it, but you're kind of always doing that when you're playing a sport. But it's been fun to find other ways to both challenge myself, but also grow the game. And I think, interestingly enough, being a point guard, the way that I play, I'm actually in the world of entertainment-ish. Not quite on that level, but ish, yeah, but creating content and stories and TV shows and hopefully movies. There's a little bit of point guard in that, and there's a little bit of producer in that. So I'm actually finding ways to marry those two things. So it's been fun.
Yeah, there's so many transferable skills, from playing, being a leader, being a communicator, a good teammate. That is so underrated sometimes, I worked in corporate, I've worked in different spaces, and I've learned that being an athlete can only help you. So stay in sports as long as you can. I still play on weekends, so I have the best time.
Good for you. I've been standing for the last hour. My knees are killing me.
My knees don't feel great, but here we are. One more question, Sue. How did New York City and New York shape your game, and what advice do you have for the next generation of New York City players who are sitting right in front of us?
Yeah, it's where I'm from. It's where I grew up playing. Like I said, I am from Long Island, so I feel like my swag is more Long Island, sadly, for me. But the toughness, the grit, the toughness, the grit, that's how I played. I think for me, I actually played a little bit differently. It was definitely more like mental toughness, which is another kind. But yeah, every part about my game there's some piece of New York in it, and I think a lot of it is in that mental toughness part of it. But I think, to answer the second part of the question, the one thing about growing up in New York, playing in New York, being part, as Viv said, this basketball family, it's like you get to be around a lot of cool people. You get to be in a lot of different rooms, whether it's you're playing at the park, maybe your high school team goes to a state championship, whatever it is. You're just around so much in the city of New York. And I think it can really shape you. I think really take time to meet people, make relationships. I walk in this gym, I really, to be honest, because I played in Seattle for so many years and I played overseas, I haven't really been in New York all that much. Like, to see my family from time to time, and just walking in the gym, there's immediately 10 faces where I'm like, oh, my high school teammate is here, shout out Trisha. My high school teammate is here, they're coaches that I used to play, with or against. all kinds of people, and not simply just because I'm from New York. And so that part of being in New York, I think, is the most important. It has impact along the way.
I love that. Well, thank you guys so much for being a part of this panel. And thank you all for attending this incredible panel. Thank you so much. Oh, we do have time for some questions.
Does anybody have a question?
I have a question for Big O. Were you in the McDonald's All-Star game?
Unfortunately, I wasn't. Just because I'm a junior, it's really only a game for seniors, but I hope next year that I'll be there.
I hope you are too.
Thank you.
I have a question for Super.
What's up?
Could you ever at one point done in three?
No, on a nerve. You got a little tight? I go hard on a little tight. You don't know what little tight is, do you? Parents? Little tight? No. I, in my best day, could hit like, yeah, no, I can always hit a rubber. In my best day, I could hit like the orange little box under the rim. Like on the springiest of springy days. I didn't get the bunnies. But see, you can make it so far without dunking.
Did it feel good scoring 113 points?
It did at first. But I got something that physically for it. And it kind of took away from my moment. But as I got older, I understood what I did, and I had to knock out the noise and do it.
This is for any of you guys. When did you know you wanted to be having basketball in your life?
I knew when I was like 8 years old, I'd say. I never knew that I would be able to make it my career without going to the league, which I think is really cool. That's one thing that I would say is even if your basketball career ends in college or even high school like me, you can still stay in the game. There's so many different ways. Sue has a podcast. I have a women's community. There's so many different ways that you can stay adjacent to it. So I would say, yeah, when I was younger, and now it's just a dream come true to still be able to do it as an adult.